right, man. Are you ready to get into our discussion on the last season, which we didn't get a chance to talk about last month? Had an abbreviated.
Somebody was out.
Yeah, well, we had, let's see, it was December. That was where all the holidays happened, and you were getting ill.
I visited my nieces and brought home a souvenir virus.
Still taking care of it. It's multiple. It's done in different forms. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. So this will be our first time getting into. Let me get my notes.
So Jesse, I think what we need to say is I wasn't intentionally avoiding it. I don't want people to think I was dragging my feet.
Oh, look out! He worked it in there, ladies and gentlemen. Dragons season dropped January 6th. 2026. Let me double check that date. That is a Tuesday, right? It certainly is. January 6th, 2026. Dragons. Nothing fun about the title of this. It is just Dragons. So we're going to go ahead and talk the cards that got released. You ready?
I am ready. I am doing a little bit of research on the side because I was like, hey, if nothing else, I can bring trivia and knowledge to this, and we're getting into characters that I honestly have never heard of.
Yeah. Well, count me amongst that group as well, because there are a few I'm going to know immediately, and some I'm not. So let's start with
Shou-Lou.
Shou-Lou.
Shou-Lou the Undying.
5 cost, 6 power. On reveal, give the last character you played plus 3 power for each turn you played 2 or more cards. I've seen Shou-Lou a few times, and each time I did not like it because every time it was laid out there, whatever lane had the character that was boosting always took over that lane. It's one of those ones where you think you've got a lane locked up, and because the guy just laid out 1 cost whatever and filled that lane, and you're like, well, shoot, I've got 17 power. He's got 10, and his side's all full. I don't have to worry about anything. And then here comes Shou-Lou, and Shou-Lou drops it. So I did not like it when I played against it. I'm sure if I would have had the card, I would have liked it, but I did not like it. So what's your thoughts?
Yeah, he would pop up, and he could definitely turn the game. Not all powerful, not a guaranteed loss when you're playing against him by any stretch, but he could come in there and cause you problems.
Yeah.
I honestly thought, I'm like, you know what, maybe I should get the season pass. By the time I decided that, it was almost over. We'll just hold on for next month, maybe.
Right.
So I haven't quite decided if I want this one. But yeah, definitely a good one. I know they nerfed him. He was originally an 8 power. But still somebody you kind of want to build up. And yeah, taking him from an 8 to a 6 makes him a little less of a problem, I guess. Doesn't quite tip the scales on 2 lanes, but usually you're going to be trying to power him up anyway. Seems like he'd be a fun one to build with. I'm hoping to get him soon. Definitely a factor. Can win you a game, but also not. I don't remember seeing him a lot with her, but I mean, I assume you would want to play him with Thena.
Yeah, that's the first thought I had was like, it's 2 cards every time. That's perfect for Thena. So
which makes sense because, of course, Thena defeated him in combat and plunged her hand into his molten heart to become the Iron Fist. Oh, wait.
Oh, you've mixed it up once again.
But yeah, I would want to get him, and I'd want to play him with Thena, maybe Kitty Pryde or Clea. I always like to run Clea and Thena a lot together. So yeah, definitely. Obviously, still don't know exactly how he works, or I forget. But yeah, I know when Shou-Lou flips over, I'm like, okay, great. Wait, what they play last?
What was I paying attention? No.
I've had him change the game, but I've also been able to weather it.
Yeah, so that's a balanced card.
He's a difference maker. Yeah, exactly. He's a difference maker that doesn't just
not
totally.
Right.
There you go.
Lockheed, 2 cost, 1 power. End of turn. If you played a 1 cost card this turn, afflict an enemy card here with -2 power. Absolutely love this. Works well. I mean, perfectly, which it should, with Kitty Pryde.
And would work with Shou-Lou and Thena, too. I believe.
Yeah.
And Clea.
I'm
building this deck. I'm going to come back and listen to this episode if and when I finally get Shou-Lou and Lockheed.
How many decks have we built that were perfect at podcast time, but completely forgotten when it came time to get into the season? I've done that so many times.
Judging by my performance this season, quite a few.
So yeah, I really wanted Lockheed. I didn't get Lockheed. I was hoping to maybe hit in one of the Series 5 at some point, but I dug Lockheed. That was a pretty cool card, and it did become an annoyance sometimes when I was playing against it.
The other one you'd want to play him with in terms of mechanics would be Ajax and Diamondback.
Yeah.
But yeah, good idea, good design. It's like he's a 2/1, -2. Okay. Is Lockheed really that much of a threat, or is he just a cute dragon? And then you're like, oh, no, he's a threat.
Yeah.
Which kind of fits well with the comics.
And up next is Dragon of the Moon, 3 cost, 4 power. On reveal, steal 1 power from even costed cards in all hands. The only thing I wrote down here was Luke Cage, so you don't get hurt, because it's going to hit everybody. Do you have any history or idea of what Dragon of the Moon is?
Well, originally I was going to tell you it's the dragon that Moondragon turns into, but that's not right.
That's right.
I am looking at the fandom wiki. The dragon of the Moon once allied with Mordred, who was trying to overthrow King Arthur, but it was defeated and imprisoned within Saturn's moon Titan by the Eternals. Moondragon hung out with the Titan Eternals for a while, and so this dragon kind of influenced her, but it's connected to her. I think she did turn into a dragon at one point, but it is an entity separate from Moondragon. It was in the latter issues of Defenders that I have not gotten to yet that I think the dragon first appeared, but yeah, I only knew I'm not a Moondragon scholar, but I had a HeroClix figure that like her stats got really weird, and the text on the card basically said, yes, she turned into a dragon.
Oh.
I'm like, oh, so it's not just a clever name. But yes, the Dragon of the Moon is an entity that influenced her negatively at some point.
Okay. Well, did you have any thoughts on the card here for...
I did end up with her. I can't remember. I think I tried a seasonal Series 5. I think it's a fun card to try to build around. I keep saying her because I thought it was Moondragon, so I don't know. I haven't. I don't know if I've gotten it 3D. I can't flip the card over and zoom in and, and check. The only way I've used it so far is I'm like, well, yeah, obviously Luke Cage, but then I'm like, would the dragon actually take the power? And I think it would, even though you wouldn't see it taken away. But what I thought was, wait a minute, I have a deck, don't I, where I don't use a lot of even numbered cards, and that's my Agatha deck, because I want her to drop Red Shift out there, which I tried a couple times today, and she didn't. I'm like, what? But finally she did, but I was like, okay, at this point, it has to be intentional. But apparently it's not. That's where I put her initially, because I'm like, well, I don't have many even numbered cards, so now maybe I'm sacrificing some power, but it's not going to come back to bite me. Mm-hmm. So that's all I've done so far, but I think there's better ways to do it. I mean, maybe it is in an Ajax deck too, where if some of your cards lose power, it's not so bad. Maybe Dragon of the Moon, Lao Fei, Ajax, where at least you're going to benefit twice because they've got reduced power, so bonus to Ajax, but that power goes back into one of your other cards.
Right,
so
right.
Maybe that's the way to do it. I haven't figured much out except for the Agatha deck, but I think it's a fun one. And even if you don't know what the Dragon of the Moon is from, it's a big honking dragon. So I mean,
it is a dragon.
Yeah, I mean it's no Trogdor the Burninator. There's no beefy arm and consummate V's, but
Trogdor. Cool. All right. Next up is Lin. What are we going with here?
Lei.
Lin Lei, 2 cost, 2 power. On reveal, add the Sword of Fu Chi to another location.
You know why this Iron Fist has a sword?
I do not.
That's Swordmaster.
Oh, really?
I have not read it, but somehow, like, Danny Rand died or just got booed off of Netflix for subpar martial arts choreography. And somehow Swordmaster, who I don't think I've ever read a comic with, it became the new Iron Fist.
Wow. Our Sword of Fu Chi is a 2 cost, 2 power ongoing. If Lin Lei Iron Fist is here, he has +7 power. That's been upped, hasn't it? Or
Yeah. It's +8 now. And he's a 2/3 as well. Sorry, I missed that on the notes.
That's all right.
Yeah, you get him at the same location, and he's a 2 cost 11 power.
Yeah, that's something else. I had mixed feelings about this one. Granted, I haven't seen him a whole lot, but it seemed like, okay, you probably want him in a move deck, I would assume.
Yeah, or a bounce deck.
Or bounce. It is a lot of power when you get things rolling, I assume, in that one lane. But that's also 2 cards that are taking up a spot. That's 2 cards that are taking up 2 spots in there. So, I mean, in getting it to work, I think is also a trick. Like I said, tricky card. I'm sure it'll be nice once you get them together, but personally, not the biggest fan of this. I didn't run into it very often, so I don't know. What's your thoughts here?
I was not a big fan. The Series 5 cards I wanted this season, I did not really get. I got this one, but I tossed him in my Sanctum deck, and I used Madam Web and Web Sling to get him where I wanted him to go.
I was going to say, Web Sling is probably prime for this deck.
Until somebody knocks a card you don't want in there and you fill up, and I'm like, just use Web Sling. And I'm like, oh, no, I can't. But yeah, I mean, it's a fun concept. I don't know that the payoff is worth the effort. I mean, it can be a 2/11, and this one also takes some doing, but it's a totally different archetype, I know. But if I want a really big jump for a 2-cost card, maybe I just discard Destroy and use Wild Child. I think it's a fun card. I had fun messing around with it. I haven't tried it in a bounce deck yet. I mean, with Toxin or Beast, I think it could be useful. I dropped the Sword and Linley in Hospice once, so I had him up to like a...
Oh, my gosh.
Maybe like a 19 or something.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's fun, I think. I don't know that even as much of that payoff, I'm thinking slightly less payoff also doesn't require as much effort. Although I do want to try, speaking of cards fun to mess with but may not be worth the payoff, I wanted to put him in a deck with Spider-Man Noir.
Okay.
I mean, you draw him and he's suddenly a 2/8 and then gets a plus. You never know. I don't know if it'd be effective, but it could be fun.
Do you got Noir? Did you have Spider-Man Noir?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
And they fixed him so he boosts them up to an 8 automatically. It's just if all the cards equal 8, he can play the next card immediately instead of waiting to draw it.
Gotcha.
I mean, that's what I'm saying about a lot of these cards this season. Even if it's not one that I'm like, oh, I know exactly what to do with that. I'm like, I think there's something. It could be fun to make a deck with it.
Right. All right. Next up is Fin Fang Foom. 7 cost, 12 power. By the way, Fin definitely in the CM Punk Drax series.
Okay. I also just read him fighting Godzilla.
Oh, wow.
In some of the Godzilla Marvel crossovers.
Nice.
And unlike Godzilla, he has the decency to wear pants.
Yes, he does. Fin Fang Foom, 7 cost, 12 power. On reveal, gain the power of front row enemy cards here. I just wrote down here, I got to Shang-Chi him once, which was fun.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, the guy laid him out there, and I mean, he's a beast. This thing comes out and grabs your front power as well, but you got to get that turn 7 or at least wave him in there somehow. But yeah, I've faced him a couple times, and he is a monster, and quite literally, actually. So, thoughts? Yeah,
I've seen him a bunch. I wanted to get him, haven't yet. Again, he's kind of like Shou-Lou, where I look at it and I'm like, oh man, that sucks. And I've seen him, but he's not one where it's like, oh, they got Fin Fang Foom. I got no shot here. I guess it's kind of like maybe comparable to Eliath, where Eliath can really screw you over, but isn't a guaranteed win.
Right.
Or maybe even like Shang-Chi. But yeah, that was the one I kind of wanted the most.
He basically wipes out any advantage you had with your front 2 as far as power goes. Mm-hmm. So it's quite formidable if it's sitting there. It is potentially a lane winner, I think.
Absolutely.
Doesn't mean you can't focus, but you've got to try and get him down to where you can play him, or the 7th turn in there to get him laid out. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah.
I brought him out with Gladiator. I'm like, oh, that's good.
That's going to get me far.
Yeah, he's good. It is befitting the majesty of Fin Fang Foom.
Indeed.
So yeah, I definitely want to get that one. But at least he is only one lane.
That's right. Well, next up is Shang-Chi, Master of the Rings, 3 cost, 5 power. The 10 rings start in your hand. On reveal, you unlock their potential. This was a confusing card for me for some reason. I did not understand what was going on. You get 2 representations of the 10 rings in your hand.
Just get one.
You just get one of those 2.
When you play Shang-Chi, it upgrades to the full potential. It goes from an on reveal to an end of turn.
Thank goodness you're here. I had no idea. I even watched a dev video on this, and I was like, I'm still confused. So
it took me a while to figure it out.
So here's your representation of the 10 rings. The first one, 2 cost, 1 power. On reveal, give one of your other cards here plus 1 power. And is it two separate cards or two variations of the same card?
Two variations of the same card. You play the 10 rings, and when it gets out there, one of your cards there get +1 power. Then when you play Shang-Chi, if 10 rings is out, it changes to end of turn and gives all the other cards there +1 power.
Also becomes a 2/2, I assume then?
Yeah.
All right.
And then yesterday or today I was playing it, and they put it out there. Spoiler alert, when we get into the meta, I just basically went back to Body Slide by No Fun. Like, fine, I'll just run everything you want to do. And
I've been there.
I was like, 10 rings? Yeah, good luck unlocking their potential now. And I hit them with Red Guardian. They played Shang-Chi. It upgraded.
Seriously?
Yeah.
So it just changes the card then. Yeah, that's very much like Cersei.
Which I wanted to say, hey, that's not fair, but the text that upgrades it is not on that card. So
yeah,
it still works.
Yeah. I watched a guy completely destroy a couple cards that I had with Red Guardian and something, and this is the one where I play my Strange Supreme deck. It has the hood. I'm trying to think of all the cards, but I can see them and of course cannot name them. Our 9 power the 9 power of the void generator.
Sentry. Yeah.
So and also other stuff that fills the lanes with random stuff. And then I Cersei on that right lane because that's where I try to play, and I make sure I'm playing the Sentry, the stuff's going to go there. Anyway, so dude hit me with a bunch of crap. I think he deafening corded something over there, and he did a Red Guardian to one of my... So I was losing that lane big time. And of course, Cersei comes in and it's just like, oh no, all that negative power and all those cards are all changed now. So yeah, I guess it does make sense. I haven't seen this version of Shang-Chi out there very much at all. Although towards the end, he was popping up in a few games.
Well, yeah, he was only released the last week of the season.
Makes sense. But I haven't been extremely impressed, but I didn't play against him very much.
Yeah, he could be a good card. Could be fun. Nowhere near as disruptive as Shang-Chi without the 10 rings.
That's true. That's kind of actually sad. Moving on. Majestic Wing Beat. Skill card. 1 cost. On reveal, give the leftmost card in your hand +2 power. If it's 5 cost or higher, you give it -1 cost too. And the only note I put in here was, for the longest time when I was looking at these cards, I thought it said Majestic Wing Beat.
And I saw that, and I thought it said Majestia Wingbird. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's that dragon that Lockheed married on one of the X-Men Space Adventures.
Majestia. No, there was an E at the end of Majestic earlier today. So it said
Majestus.
Majestus.
Yes. Majestic Wingbird.
I caught the typo after you went in there, and I was like, wait a second, that's not what I meant. I thought it was Majestic Wingbird. I was like, who is this dragon? I do not know this dragon.
I hope Majestic Wingbird returns in Avengers Doomsday.
His pal, Majestic Wing Ernie. But anyway, I've seen this card a lot. I don't know about you, but I've seen it a good bit. I can't say that I have no idea what cards are getting laid out afterwards that this card affected, because I just see it pop out there, and whoever's reaping the rewards of it is probably doing very well.
The one that I wanted to use it with when I was redoing my Agatha deck, Agatha's always on the left. The problem is that renders her immune to Moon Knight, discarding an even-numbered card, and Sith if you've got any other 5 costs in there. I know at one point I made sure to play Majestic Wing Beat before I discarded Agatha, and then I wasn't able to discard her.
Oh.
Yeah, I found it useful. I'm trying to think what deck I did use it with. Oh, it was, I was just going back to some greatest hits because nothing new I was trying was working. I had an MCU hammer deck, Thor, Beta Ray Bill and company, and I put that one in there. The Majestic Wing Beat could give an extra boost to Thor, Beta Ray Bill, or make it a little easier to get Odin and Jane Foster out there. Ever since they've introduced these skill cards, have been like, well, some of them like fastball special, that's pretty cool, web sling, and then it's like deafening cord and Majestic. Some of these people aren't even dragons. How could they have I'm overthinking it, but
I think it's perfect.
But this is a useful card. I've used it multiple times.
All right, one more time.
Form makes more sense as a standalone card than Majestic Wing Beat. Majestic Wing Beat is more practical.
I agree. All right, I'm sharing my screen for the next one.
Okay.
This is a Reddit post that I saw. I don't know if you had seen this or not.
I haven't been on Reddit much lately.
So, Dragon Lord, 5 cost, 5 power. A lot of
He first appeared in a Fantastic Four annual. That's about all I know about.
All right. Yes. A lot of people have. Well, this was, what was this? High voltage?
I think so.
High voltage prize? High voltage overdrive or whatever it was. This really can be argued to be one of the most simple and effective cards that Marvel Snap has made. When they looked at this, the evidence is all surrounding this picture, and I'll read it as such. Dragon Lord. Okay. Well, actually, let me give the stats and the I should probably read that first, actually. So, Dragon Lord, 5 cost, 5 power. On reveal, put a card from your hand here. Does not get any more basic than that. You play him, you get another card right from your hand, right into that spot. He's perfect because he was free. If you played the free version of High Voltage Overdrive and got there. He has a cool base design. Easily counterable if you have the right cards. Not stupidly broken. Can get cool combos. Fun to play and fun to play against. Not a remix from another character. A very simple effect. He has the right stats. Needs absolutely no change. That was their evidence for Perfect Card Man or Dragon Lord. I'm going to let you go first because I think you laid out some good arguments here as to what to use him with and what you tried to put a deck together with. What were you shooting for here with Dragon Lord?
Well, first of all, the most important thing with me is naming the deck. I named it after another comic luminary, Mallard Fillmore.
Right.
You don't remember Mallard Fillmore?
Please enlighten the audience.
In the local paper, it's like a duck that makes political commentary but doesn't get into adventures with superheroes. So it's like Howard if he was not as exciting. But yeah, it was a deck to fill my lanes, get as many cards in as I could. So Jubilee, Lockjaw, Dazzler, Makari just to get out there, Elsa Bloodstone, Kitty Pryde to drop in and help fill in the spots and pick up those Elsa Bloodstone points, and then Infinite to either be brought in by Jubilee, Lockjaw, or Dragon Lord. I liked it. I didn't have a lot of luck with it. Right now, Dragon Lord is occupying a space in my deck because I got a lot of 6 costs in there that I hope Pixie will drop lower, but if she doesn't, then Dragon Lord can just yoink one of them in with his cane or staff or whatever that is.
When I watched a guy use Grandmaster with him, I was hooked. So Grandmaster, you lay out Dragon Lord, and then you do Grandmaster, throw him over it, and then, or if you don't have Grandmaster there, or maybe you do, who knows? If you can lay out Absorbing Man after Dragon Lord's going to do the exact same thing. So that deck you're talking about,
I haven't tried him with Wong either.
Right there, lane is filled at that point. He's just going boom, boom, and then depending on what you have in your hand, you could either. I watched Dragon Lord. The guy pulled out an Infinite and then moved him over to the middle lane and pulled something crazy out. I was like, I've got to start using this guy a lot more. I put one together for Sanctum Showdown just to try and see if I could, and I wasn't able to get anywhere, but I didn't have Absorbing Man in there. I think that would make a pretty big difference too.
I think with War Machine.
War Machine?
Because those are some other cards that you might have trouble getting in places. I did throw them in my Savage Sword of Shulkanot deck. I don't remember if I actually tried it, but the problem is that I don't have the green ray background for him, so he's completely off theme.
He is pretty high cost too, but still, he gets something out there. So you're
imagine making him cheaper.
Yeah, well, my point was, with him being 5 cost, he occupies that 5 cost space. But regardless, you are still playing a 5 cost card and randomly getting something that could cost another 5 or 6 in your hand. 7, something like that. So, really.
You say it could cost 6, 7?
Oh, boy. I think, wait. Yeah, my son's yelling upstairs right now. Shoot. Great card. It really is interesting to see how long it took for him to put this ability on a card, because you would think that this would be like one of the first things that they would have done.
He's basically on reveal. Oh, what's his name? Isan.
Oh, yeah. Bringing in a guy. I'm going to probably work around and do some more stuff with him. So,
yeah.
All right.
I kind of want to go read that Fantastic Four annual now.
Yeah, was it late or was it an early annual?
I think it was number 16. I looked it up a while ago and then promptly forgot it.
So this is in the
There's no like sort of app on our phones where you can take notes or something.
70s or 80s, then it's got to be the 70s.
There are multiple Dragon Lords. This
Okay.
one, his name appears to be Ral Dorn.
Sure.
Good old Ral Dorn. He looks kind of like Scottish Mr. Immortal for some reason. Ral Dorn was a human of Earthling parentage who leads the Dragon Riders of the extra-dimensional world of Ramat Polan.
Okay.
The Dragon Riders use dragons as mounts in their journeys through time and space. He probably had to learn how to train his dragon and everything.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
First appearance, Fantastic Four Annual number 16, June 1981.
81. Okay.
And let me just say that I'm trying to see if I can share this picture with you because they went with a much more conservative version of his costume for this card.
What? Okay. Well, that's interesting. They're like, hey, dragon. Oh, okay, yeah, we can do that. You give him, he looks like...
So he's called, what's his name, Dragon Lord? Yeah, heavy on the dragon.
Heavy on the dragon.
And maybe one day we want to make him an X-Man, so we'll try to work that in there.
That's different.
Basically, his jacket is a style I would call Stegosaurus sleeves.
That's exactly where I was going.
Yeah, his mask is just over his face. Like, doesn't cover anything. Just a red X.
I want to see the cover of this annual. Oh, look at that. Behind the Dragon Lord on the cover of this. Is that the gargoyle?
That's Dragon Man.
Dragon Man. There we go. All right. Locations. Cave of the Dragon. After turn 4, add a random 5 cost plus card to each side. And I was playing a little bit when this was going on. I was kind of upset that I didn't play any earlier when I realized it was the central location. It was fun. I had a good time. I mean, this isn't going to be something because everybody's getting the bonus. It isn't something you can really take advantage of. It isn't anything that you can get away. I mean, just to throw chaos in there. If you can Legion it, go for it. That would have been fun to watch everybody get 5 cost card. And then what is it? Is it MODOK that's 5?
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
The only one that I could think of that you could take advantage of is Scar.
Scar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I had a good time. Did you have anything else you wanted to add to that?
I just said it's basically X-Mansion meets Monster Island.
Yeah, that's fair.
So yeah, I like the idea.
Okay. And then
Kind of suck if you're not playing a destroy deck and you get null and your opponent gets infinite, but them's the breaks.
them's the breaks. Talo. End of turn, +1 power to a character in each hand. It is not to each character in your hand, which I thought it was at first.
Yeah.
I played it a little bit. I played during when this was featured a little bit, and not a game breaker, not anything that's going to really make... I mean, you want to pack Clea in your hand, maybe Sebastian Shaw as well, if that location was featured. But that's kind of all I had, really. And that's just if they get the bonus, is it going to be an advantage? Do you have any thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I always appreciate a good +1. It's like a lower powered Wakandan embassy.
Yeah.
That gives everybody a +2.
Right.
Yeah, it can be helpful. And I mean, I've had plenty of games where 1 point made the difference. So,
Yeah.
do you remember what Talo is?
No.
It was the place that Shang-Chi's mom's people hung out in the Shang-Chi movie. In the comics, the only time I've seen it is it was some kind of home of a pantheon that Thor goes to at the end of the Eternals saga. The very end of the Eternals saga, it ties in with the Eternals. Somebody pointed out that that's the connection between those two when both those movies came out.
Oh, interesting. I had no idea.
So yeah, I'm sure it's in here for Shang-Chi and Ten Rings tie-in purposes.
Yeah.
Which means that we really need a Trevor Slattery snap card.
Why do we not?
It's complicated, all right? It's complicated.
On that note.
Sorry, I panicked a little bit, but I handled it.